General Motors is in the hot seat on Capitol Hill this week after allegations that the company knew of defects in some car models 10 years ago, yet never issued a recall notice. Those alleged defects resulted in 13 deaths. Well, today, families of some of those victims told their stories. Washington correspondent Lauren Adams with the details tonight.
It is clear that GM is only concerned with their bottom line and not the safety of our loved ones.
Strong words from a grieving mother after she lost her daughter Amber in an accident caused by the faulty ignition switch in her GM Chevy Cobalt. But she's not grieving alone. These are the faces of the people who also lost loved ones in similar accidents, consoling each other, coming together, remembering the victims. Ken Reimer lost his stepdaughter, Natasha.
My wife Jane lost everything. Natasha was her only child. There will be no boyfriend troubles, no wedding day jitters, no children for Natasha or grandchildren for Jane.
Now these grieving families are urging Congress to get involved.
Now is the time for Congress to act and pass legislation that will give the public access to life and death information.
Lawmakers say they're listening.
Congress is interested and cares very deeply and wants to make sure this never happens again.
2 months ago, GM started to issue recall notices for the affected vehicles. But for some members of Congress, it's too little, too late.
This recall is a decade late and dozens of lives and injuries short.
Legislation was recently introduced that would, in part, force companies to disclose defects to a public database. It's little consolation for these families. And this grieving stepfather says the company must be held accountable.
GM knew it was wrong. GM hid it during their bankruptcy proceedings. GM is liable for these young deaths.
GM CEO Mary Barra is on Capitol Hill this week. She testified in front of a House committee today, saying she doesn't know why it took so long for those deficits to come to light, but says once she finds out, she and the